All right. It's been a while. You remember how to do this?
No, not at all. I forgot.
Hi, I'm Corey.
I'm Bill.
And together,
This is when I say we host the Info Focus podcast. I remembered that part.
yeah,
Barely.
we do host the InFocus podcast. And we're back.
We are back.
Fall break.
Yeah.
Little fall break action.
Since we're not in school anymore and we don't get a true fall break, we assign ourselves one as adults.
It's very important to prioritize.
Yes.
What have you done anything fun on our fall break?
I've done some things.
Yeah.
I've gotten into some stuff. How about you?
All right. Yeah, same. Worked on a couple of music videos.
Excellent.
Bought everybody keeps calling it a grip truck. I'm not calling it a grip truck. I'm not trying to be a grip.
Well, that's the only kind of truck there is, grip truck.
It's a production van.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it's a camera van, lighting, it's a little bit of everything.
And it'll truly be a production van when you have Teamsters driving it.
It's true.
Only then.
It's true. But mostly a couple of really cool music video projects, pre-production on a couple more. The Kindle Wild video, I think,
Which is amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love that video.
I think on one of our last Friday episodes, I may have talked a little bit about some of the pre-production of that one.
It turned out really well.
Thanks. There's
It's
a
very good.
lot of really interesting lighting setups. It was fun.
Yeah. Had that fun 80s happy innocent times kind of vibe to it. It was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we're going to do another one for Kindle here in a couple weeks, so it should be good.
Awesome.
Somewhere like a little pop-up chapel, outdoors, Book of Life inspired kind of vibe.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll be looking for that.
Yeah. Thanks.
You've got a high bar now after that first one. You got to do better than that one.
That's the
It's gonna
plan.
be hard to do.
That's the plan. Always improving.
And you had the cool mirror shot from Neon Demon,
Oh, yeah.
which was
It was great.
fantastic.
We
You
built that in my
Yeah.
garage.
built a whole apparatus for it.
Yeah. I still have those mirrors. I think for this music video we're shooting this coming weekend, I think we may reuse them.
Nice.
For a different artist, but I think we may end up shattering them completely and then covering the floor. And just really, really moody vibe. We'll see.
That's cool. I like it.
Otherwise, they're headed for the dumpster unless you need any giant mirrors for a project.
I can't say I do at the moment. I did write a short called Alien Mirror, which has a mirror in it. So, I don't know. We could repurpose at least one of them.
Yeah, okay. So you've been writing on your fall break.
Yes, I have written. I would say I've been writing all through COVID, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I think I've written roughly 7 short films. We're talking like 2 to 3 pages a piece.
Yeah. We need to shoot those.
I know. Yeah. I've been trying to. I have a tendency to get really ambitious in my mind creatively. And so I'll just like shoot for the moon when I'm writing this 2-page script. And I'm like, wait a second. Do we want to make this?
Right.
Without like $1 million budget for a 3-minute short?
Yeah, like, man, this is a really good couple of pages, but it feels like about 10 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not going to do that. Trying to keep it slim.
Yeah.
Slim and cool and high quality.
All right. Anything else you've been working on?
Well, speaking of short films.
Yeah.
There is one in pre-production right now. We've mentioned it before a few times on the show. My vampire film, A Darkened Bliss. If you're a longtime listener of the InFocus podcast, you will have gotten a really early real early preview of that in the form of me mentioning it a few times. Yeah. But yeah, we're full on doing a crowdfunding campaign for it right now that we're in the midst of.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not just in pre-production. We're like heavy in
it's
crowdfunding right now. Like, let's get it.
I would say
really
development.
Yeah.
We're probably in development stage at this point. And we've had some amazing donors that have hooked us up.
Yeah. Wait, before you go any further, www.adarkenedbliss.com.
Correct.
To learn more.
Yes. Not just darkenedbliss.com, adarkenedbliss.com.
I said that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just making sure other people don't mess it up, because I thought about that the other day. I was like, oh man, people could just be like, because I just off the cuff will refer to it as Darkened Bliss sometimes, but it's got an A in it.
The A is very important. www.adarkenedbliss.com.
Oh yeah.
You can learn more.
Yeah.
But let's learn more right now.
Yeah. So this is a short that I wrote in an attempt to create a proof of concept for a feature. Now, this feature has been simmering as an idea for, I think, since I was 21 is when I first got the concept. So it's come about in a number of different ways over the years. It was like, should it be a novel? I tried to write it as a novel at one point. I tried to write it as an animated short at one point that I actually promoted on MySpace. That's how long ago it was.
Oh my God.
I've done this whole time. I've done so much concept art too. The various iterations of this story, but
you have so much concept art.
Oh my gosh,
that
a lot of it.
One of the perks for a backer on Indiegogo, is like a really nice coffee table book, right?
Yes, and it would storyboards, concept art, art that is actually going to be used in the creation of the film, and this early stuff that I'm speaking of, some of this real early concept art that was when I was still sort of working this idea out, in my 20s. Just there's so much content. It's going to be a great little art book. I want one, like I want I want my own copy.
Yeah.
Not just loose drawings everywhere.
Yeah. What other perks are there on the crowdfunding campaign?
Other perks are, we've got one called Face in the Crowd. There's at least 3 performance scenes in the film, because it is about Nashville, and it is about musicians, and it is about vampires, most importantly.
What a great combination.
Right, exactly. Hence the acoustic guitar with blood on it, that the image that represents this film.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea there was, what better single image to represent the marriage of Nashville and vampires than a bloody guitar?
I mean, I think you nailed
Simple. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, so facing a crowd, that's
Facing
an
a
option.
crowd, and that is being an extra in one of these performance scenes, because we obviously need to populate the venue that the characters are playing at. So your face in that crowd, it could be you.
Yeah, so you might not know the answer to this, but let me ask, because I'm sure somebody's curious.
Yeah.
What is this, like a featured extra, like I'll have a little spotlight on my face, or
no.
I'll get a couple extra seconds as the camera goes by? Have you put any thought to that?
No, and I would say the featured extra thing, because those particular scenes are set up to introduce one of the particular main characters that is in the crowd, creeping and being ominous. And so there will be a lot of focus on him, obviously, in the crowd. But because he's in the crowd, we're going to see the faces of the folks in there.
Yeah.
So, if you go for the face in the crowd perk, there's a chance that you'll get to be one of the folks that gets to surround our lead, one of our leads that's in the crowd there.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect. Yeah. All right. What else?
So we also have, the perks that you might expect for a film, like a digital copy. We also have a signed Blu-ray copy on another tier.
Fancy.
Fancy. Signed posters, little mini posters. The script, you can get a copy of the script signed by the cast and crew. Nice. And we've got some perks such as a table read. So we've talked about it before on the show, but a table read, is when you get the cast together before you shoot, have everybody sit around and read through the script, talk it out. It's almost like a rehearsal sort of thing, almost.
So some perks available for those that maybe are more interested in
the
like
production
behind the
side,
scenes and the production side. Yeah.
Yeah. And so because of COVID and because people are all over the place, we'll have a Zoom option for that. Yep. Let's say, because this is all going to be in Nashville. So let's say you're out in Arizona or something. You can come in on Zoom and join us for the table read. And we have a perk where also behind the scenes related, us just meeting with you to answer your questions personally about the production. It's almost like a production meeting. But you can be a fly on the wall with us, the producers.
Good opportunity to ask questions about all the inner workings of everything that goes on.
Yeah.
Some decision making, like how you come to creative decisions, and just pre-production stuff in general, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then like we mentioned, the art book. We also have a digital treasure chest, as we're calling it, which is kind of the full digital package. The film, the original music. There's going to be original music in this that has been recorded and performed.
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
And just some concept art there too, a few bits and pieces, storyboards, that sort of thing.
Yeah, the digital treasure chest I think will be really cool. Like, you get a digital copy of the movie, digital downloads of all the original songs, behind the scenes content.
Yeah,
basically the bonus features of a DVD.
Yeah,
just all virtually.
And all of these tiered donations include a social media shout out. One of them at one tier, you get the special thanks in the credits. And if you love us a lot and you really believe in this film, we offer executive producer credit.
Yeah.
And we've already had one person hook that up.
Yeah. Shout out to Philip Cordell.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi Productions.
Thank you so much, Philip. So if you want to be in on executive producer,
there's still time.
There is time. There's plenty of time.
Yeah.
Actually, awesome. There's not plenty of time. We're running out of time.
As of today, we're recording today on November 14th. There are 20 days remaining.
Yes. And
By the time you hear this episode tomorrow, there will be 19 days.
Yeah. So, and we are not as close to our goal as we'd like to be. So time is of the essence. We've got a great film to bring to you. We're going to employ local crew, which is a big thing, especially, as COVID has shut gigs down. We're going to have a safe set where we're going to hire people and bring on some locals so people can work again. That's a big, important thing. And that's honestly one of the primary uses for the funds that we are raising, is so we can hire the crew we need and bring on all these local talented people and assemble the A-team to make this film.
Yeah. All right. So if you would like to make a donation and fund to help make this movie happen, we would greatly appreciate it. You can learn more, and the link will take you directly to the Indiegogo campaign, www.adarkenedbliss.com.
Correct.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the pre-production work that's gone on. You talked about some of the original music.
Yes.
That's available. I have a copy of that queued up. We can give a little sample here.
Yeah.
But before we do, or maybe I'll hit play and we can just talk over it as it kind of gets into it.
Yeah.
There's obviously a little history, a little backstory with this song.
Do you want to talk about its origin before or after we get
we could talk a little bit about it. So it is a cover song.
It is.
That we got the rights to have covered from an artist that you and I worked with a few years ago, Transylvania Stud.
Yeah.
Andrew Godfrey, amazing musician.
Yes.
Does a ton of really good work, and actually just moved back to Nashville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And is working on some new stuff. So
excellent.
That'll be cool.
And he is metal, like post grunge.
Yeah. Doom rock. It's actually really good music. Don't let it's titled or how we're approaching it.
And so he did a song called In Over Your Head, which we did the music video for. You directed. I was DP. That's the one we shot in the prison, which I think we've mentioned on the show before.
Yeah, how crazy of a shoot it was.
Yeah, and how loud drums are in a prison cell.
Yeah.
So we took that song, and I went to a local producer engineer in town, and basically was like, "Can you turn this hard metal song into a pop song?" And not just any pop song. Let's be clear. I'm looking for a specific type of pop, like a moodier, Halsey-esque, like indie, darker type of pop. And I think I gave him a few song choices from Transylvania Stud, and In Over Your Head was the one where he was like, this absolutely can be made into a pop song.
Yeah.
And so what you're hearing right now is the result of that.
It. And this is a producer local here in town?
Yeah. His name's James.
Okay.
And he did some great work.
Yeah, I would say based on the
source material.
Well, yeah, that too.
Which I think we should listen to as well, just so you know how almost incredible it is that he made.
Yeah, we can do that.
I
can get that. I can pull that up and we can hear that. But I think the inspiration, like the mood board, like the what you had in mind that you sent me. This is actually really impressive that he could take the original song and get it so close to what you had in mind.
That's the thing. When he first sent it to me, I was in my car, and I was like, I have to listen to this right now. And I pulled over to listen to it, and I almost wept. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. Which, as a creative, that doesn't often happen, where you get exactly what your vision is.
Yeah.
But he was really good about following, the what I call the moods and tones, which is what I sent him, was like what you were saying, a sample of, this type of sound I'm looking for. Because what we're doing in this film, you hear vampires, and you hear musicians, and you think of stuff like Queen of the Damned and like industrial metal and, typical goth vampire-y stuff.
Yeah.
We're not doing that here. We're changing the game a little bit. We're making our vampire lead more unassuming. Just a pop singer. Just a younger girl that's moved to Nashville to make it big, which we see so many of those.
Yeah.
Playing the venues, playing the bars and clubs. Unassuming. You'd see her in line at Starbucks, right? Like regular person. And sings pop music. And I found, just in thinking about it and conceptualizing this, that the juxtaposition of pop music and like blood and horror and vampire type stuff is really disturbing. There's like a disturbing, because you're expecting a different feel from the music.
And then add in Nashville.
Yes, and then add in Nashville, and then you get visuals that don't quite gel with what you're thinking you feel from the music.
Throwing you off right from the get-go.
So that is exactly the route that we went, and the music is spot on.
Yeah. So I have a Transylvania Studs original track here queued up.
Yeah.
So just play a quick little sample here.
It is very different. So you can already tell right off the bat. And of course, James nixed this. What is it? Like a 2-minute intro of just dirty guitar.
Yeah. It's not quite that long, but it definitely builds.
It builds up quite a bit.
Just some good heavy drums and
and he increased the tempo a little bit, because the original song's got a very measured tempo to it.
Yeah.
Also, it went from male vocalist to female vocalist in the cover,
and worked really well.
Yeah. So, our lead, like I mentioned, is a girl singer. The song was made to be what she is actually singing in the film. Hence the female vocal.
Yeah.
So this is Andrew Godfrey.
Yes.
Transylvania Stud.
He has such a good grungy feel.
Yeah.
Definitely Audio Slave inspired.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got the early 90s Seattle vibe to it.
Yeah. So really, really good interpretation of his song into what you really wanted and needed for your film.
Yeah. Kind of astonishing, actually. It's pretty impressive that was pulled from that.
So if you've seen the crowdfunding video, the backing track for that is a stripped down version of this song as well, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
And there'll be at least one more song in the film. I have yet to get to that. I wanted to do one just to see what could be done.
Yeah.
And I'm incredibly impressed. So James will have my business at least one more time.
Nice.
Real excited about the music. Because the thing is, with a film where music is such a big concentration, I mean, hell, there's live performance scenes in the film. You don't want to go skimpy on the music. You don't want to cut corners. So you want to make sure that it's in line with a vision and it's not some cheesy whatever that your nephew made or something, you know. I wanted to make absolutely sure that I could get good quality music.
Yeah. And I like that the actual production of the songs that she will be performing, like they weren't an afterthought.
No.
In fact, it's probably the most completed thing
that
for the
we
film
have so
at
far,
this point, other than like storyboards and the script itself.
Yeah,
from a what would actually make it onto screen, like that is the final master of that song.
Yeah.
Like ready to go.
Yeah. And so if you do the face in the crowd perk, you will be there on set when we play that song dozens of times.
Yeah, so be prepared to sing along.
Yes, sing along. You know the words.
Yeah,
you're supposed to know the words. That's your first bit of direction, folks that are going to be extra.
Know the words.
Know the words.
Yeah,
you definitely will by the end of the shoot.
Nice. So from a pre-production standpoint as well, like storyboards, is that like 90% there, 100% there?
It's about 90%.
Yeah.
Storyboards, I've mentioned on the show before, are very important to me. I like to draw, but I also like to have that visual outline, visual representation of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Corey, I have tapped you for director of photography on this film.
You did?
I did.
That's right. You did.
Surprise.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Originally you were producer. You're still producer, but you're also DP now.
Yeah.
And so I want those storyboards to help you as well.
Yeah.
As my DP.
Thank you.
As a guide, you know, just like this, so you can flip through these pages or scroll through or whatever it is and know exactly what shots we're doing.
Yep.
Think about the lighting beforehand because you've got the shot, the composition.
We're definitely going to diagram it all.
Oh, yeah. And we should.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I'm very technical.
I'm also putting together color swatch thing for each scene that I'm going to send your way at some point.
Oh boy.
So we know exactly what sorts of tones and
what we're going for.
Vibe we want. Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yeah.
And I can edit this out if I need to. Hopefully I won't have to. But for the listeners of the podcast, could we get like maybe just a screenshot of some storyboards to share and just include a link in the show notes?
Absolutely.
A little teaser, a little hidden gem, a little nugget.
And if you're even more up on my posts, which unless you're probably me, you're not. I've shared the storyboards on Instagram before and just not told anybody that's what they are, like months ago.
All right.
So you do some digging.
All right. So, but check the show notes.
Yeah.
I'll get at least one page.
Yeah.
From Bill, and we'll get it posted up somewhere private.
Absolutely.
That's cool. All right. That's
sneak
exciting.
peek.
All right. Anything else fun that's been going on from a pre-production standpoint? Have you started scouting locations or maybe got a couple spots in mind?
I've been thinking about some locations. I know we briefly actually talked about the place we've been recording this podcast in a few times.
Yeah, Gnome Studios.
Yeah, as a potential spot.
Yeah, that would definitely could fit the vibe pretty easily for a couple of those scenes.
But there's a really great, and I do believe we talked about this in one of our Film School Fridays, the Ave, like the location website or app. Or
it's a website.
I don't think it's an app. It's a website.
Just a website.
But they've gotten really big and very prominent in the last year or two. And they're constantly emailing me locations, and I gotta be honest. Like I'm looking at them. I'm looking at every one. I'm because I'm thinking about this film. I'm like, oh, maybe it's a hidden gem we don't know about that fits my vision. So yeah, that's going to be a fun part. You know what? We should also talk about the guitar shoot.
Oh, yeah. We booked that studio through
Ave. Yeah, speaking of Ave, that's what
hashtag not sponsored. But if you would like
but if you'd like to, we're not against it.
Reach out. Yeah, that was fun. We did, we had a donor guitar.
Yes.
And a quart of theatrical blood.
Yes.
And yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, and I'm going to be sharing some behind-the-scenes stuff from that shoot. I've been withholding some stuff.
I didn't even know you had that.
Oh yeah, I got some things.
Dang.
It's really incredible to see because it looks. If you've seen it, and if you go to www.adarkenedbliss.com, you will immediately see what we're talking about. It's this bloody guitar that's representing the film, and we shot that against a black backdrop. We just had the guitar propped up, and we ran blood down it. Yeah. Stage, not real blood, stage blood.
Theatrical.
I didn't sacrifice for my film. But we shot on anamorphics and looked really nice.
Yeah, that was fun. We did had just a couple of aperture lights, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Had the Gemini on a jib.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a lot of that with a macro lens too, didn't we? Some of the close-up stuff.
Yeah.
And then the nice big wide with the little anamorphic flare.
Yes. Which I know Atlas was really excited about the anamorphic shot because they shared it on Instagram.
Yeah, they're a really supportive lens company. Like they love to support filmmakers that use their stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And we will be using their stuff on this film.
That's right.
Atlas.
Yeah.
FYI, Atlas. We got some great stuff coming, some juicy lens flare coming your way.
Shot on red.
Yeah.
Shot on Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably use the Gemini and the Komodo.
I like it.
Would be my guess.
You're hearing it live. We're actually talking out what we're going to use for gear. Yeah. Once we get this funded, but we need your help.
Yeah, we definitely would love your support.
Yes.
Even if it's just like the minimum, like you could do $1 and get no perks if you wanted.
And we'll be very happy with your donation.
Absolutely. What's the minimum donation that gets you a copy of the movie?
$10, I believe.
$10.
That's early bird, so that's only a limited quantity.
Yeah. So if you got $10 to spare,
yeah,
we would love to put it to use.
And if you want to just help fund a local production, indie filmmakers, bringing together talented people around town locally, this is your opportunity.
Do it. www.adarkenedbliss.com. Get at it.
Get at it, and we will love you, and we will shout you out, and maybe you'll be in the crowd if you decide to pick that perk.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, this has been fun. It's been great catching up.
Yeah.
We are officially back.
Yes.
So hopefully you'll hear us this Monday. And then we have Luke Dye, who's a good editor, friend of the show.
Yes. Who I know some of you have been patiently waiting for the Luke Dye up. He's got a lot of fans out there that have been DMing me about when his episode's coming out, so it will be very soon.
Yeah, so Luke should be our next episode here just in a couple of weeks, and then we'll have Friday episodes back in the hopper. So we're excited to be back.
Yes.
A lot of great filmmakers on the agenda coming up over the next couple of months, so look forward to those.
Absolutely.
Bill, any other last-minute requests?
I don't think so. Just support local filmmaking. So help us get this film off the ground. www.adarkenedbliss.com.
There it is.
In case you missed it the other dozen times we've mentioned it on the
That's
show.
what I was looking for. All right. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at InFocusPod or online at InFocusPodcast.com. And if you like what you heard today, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a rating. It would help us out a ton.
It would.
And until next time,
feed your crew. We'll be feeding ours on A Darkened Bliss.
Yeah.